I'm probably also feeling that way. So please tell me when you're struggling with things or you have a concern or something is not rubbing you the right way, because that's what we're here for, is for each other and to help. So I had gotten some concerns about how do we take challengers and grow our business and help or want them to be a coach, because a lot of coaches don't have their families. A lot don't. They just kind of sign up challengers. And that's one thing, but it's another in a whole different side of your business when you have your family, because you have a different drive, you have a different excitement. So I want you all to have your own families one day. I don't think I'm like giving a sex talk or something. And so I think that this is a lot of our concern, is how do we take people from challengers to want to coach with us? And how do we kind of naturally, but also like assertively make that happen? And so I literally reached out to Maggie yesterday and I was like, can you come on my team call tomorrow night? We need you and your experience and your knowledge, because what she does works. And so she's here and she's amazing. So Maggie's going to come on. That's what she's going to talk about tonight. And I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, thank you for having me. And anytime you guys want me to hop on and crash your call, I'd be more than happy to, because literally I just got off the couch. So you're giving me purpose here than watching Shameless with my shameful husband. I'm just kidding. What? Just kidding. Okay, so thanks, ladies. Before we start, because I will tell you, this subject is really, I know at first it's challenging to think about, because you're like, I've never done this before. How do I do this? But it should be natural to you the more you do it. Like, I just wrote down a few notes. That's it. So I'm just going to literally, like right before our call, so I'm just going to read to you guys what works for me. But before we start, I kind of want you guys to go around and tell me, what are you doing for personal development and why? Let's break the ice, because I want to get to know you guys, you ladies, y'all.
I'll start.
Okay. Natalie, you moved.
I'm in a weird spot right now. Yeah,
I saw that. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. We just got back from vacation on Sunday and we closed on our new house on Monday. So
yeah, and you're on this call. Good for you.
I miss you guys. I miss you guys a lot. I was in the deep woods of Minnesota, which is where I started my new personal development book. It's called The Big Leap. And it's by, I think his name is Gay Hendricks or something like that. And he's, I think he's a therapist or psychiatrist, but it's like, it talks a lot about taking that next step and like why you're preventing yourself and you're hitting like this upper limit problem, which is where essentially you're blessed and you're happy with so many things, but you think something should be wrong. And so your psyche kind of, forces you to make something wrong in your life or screw up something that you have. So I just started that one and I'm enjoying it. I think it's a good read for my mental health.
Oh my gosh, I think I need that.
Yeah, it's been interesting. So I'll send you a link for it.
Yeah, please do, because that's what I need. I feel like just what you described, I'm like, that's me. Yeah. So, okay, cool. Thank you. Good.
I can go. I'm reading the Don't Sweat the Small Stuff book. Only a chapter a day, because it's only a page and a half, and my life is busy. So I try to do a chapter a day and think about it, because it only takes 5 minutes.
Well, it's better than nothing, right?
Completely agree.
Yeah. And I like it. What are you getting out of it?
I like it. I mean, I think it makes you think. And I go tell my husband, you should read this chapter, and I've screenshot a few to him. He's like, how are you just give me the book? I was like, well, I mean, I could do that too. But don't move my bookmark. But I think it's good. I mean, it really just makes you think and challenge kind of things you've always thought about, and really does make you just view things in a different point of view.
Okay.
So, I like it so far.
I feel like
I'm only on like
you should
page
type
8.
these out in the chat box. So we have The Big Leap. Don't sweat the small stuff.
I think a lot of us are reading
link
that
to
right
mine.
now.
Yeah. That's like I feel like that's our team's Bible. We'll just say that right now. Meg just got it. Ashley has it.
Don't sweat the small stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, who's next?
I'm reading that book too. I just got it today. And I listen to my podcast. I make sure, because I like, for some reason, always miss the 10 a.m. call for the National Wake Up Call, but I always listen to it on my podcast.
Yeah.
And then I just find different podcasts to listen to when I'm like in the shower or folding clothes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea, in the shower.
Always. Yeah.
What a good idea.
How can you hear it? I've tried that. I can't hear it.
You don't have a speaker?
I
Yeah,
have
you
a
just
speaker,
put on
I
a
don't know.
Bluetooth that ish.
I don't always make you guys are gonna laugh. I only go on the 10 a.m. call when either my teammates are being, like my team's being recognized or I'm being recognized. Other than that, I listen to it on the podcast and on my runs.
Yeah.
I listened to that Brendan podcast today on my run and I was like, oh, this was good. So, okay, cool. Who else?
Kelsey's power is out and she's still here. I just want to say that's why she
Oh
pokes
my
up crazy in the
gosh.
dark.
And
She's
congrats,
amazing.
congrats on your big celebration,
Thank
your
you.
graduation.
Thank you so much. It was that was my personal development the whole summer. It was so stressful, but now I'm also reading that small stuff book, and it was really helpful because a couple weeks ago I had a few friends who were like really coming at me for like beach body stuff, really just like, not building me up. And so I like turned to this chapter on like basically like if you're a hater, get out of here was like the theme of it, and I was like yes, and I would like post pictures of the like text in my Insta. I'm like, I hope the haters read this right now. So that's mine. I like really I'd be fine with this power thing if it hadn't already been over 24 hours. Like it needs to like come back. But anywho, I have nothing else to do besides listen. But Maggie, I'll probably get off depending on how long you talk, just because I got to preserve battery.
Absolutely. Why are you, where do you live?
So that hurricane storm came through the Northeast really bad. And so like over 1 million people in Connecticut don't have power. And so it's just taking forever to get certain spots back up.
Okay. No, yeah. I'm just glad you're here and glad you're okay.
Yeah. We're all fine, and like none of my stuff is ruined, so I can't really. It feels very humbling, actually. Like my mom was like, this is a first world issue." I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is truly a first world issue, or a first world problem." I was like, "This is really different."
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're here, and let's hope your power gets on soon.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Oh. All right, Jenny.
I'll go.
I'm calling you, girl.
Yeah. So I actually just recently started rereading You Are a Badass. I'm obsessed with that one.
I know.
And I felt like I didn't get everything the first time, so I'm rereading it again. And then I've been focusing a lot on mental health. I've just gone through like a ton of changes these past 3 months and actually just moved back to Texas. So I was in a training because I'm starting back with school, and I was in a training actually last week, and the presenter was saying how something she does every day, like before she goes to bed, is she writes down one positive thing that happened that stuck with her that day. And she was like, you have to try it. Like, you just have to. And I was like, okay. And so like I had my little like notebook and I like write down something each day. And it's so weird. You guys have to try it. Like, it like, cause I think cause then you end your day with like happy thoughts, and then I don't know. So that's been like something weird I'm doing, but it's
awesome.
really helped.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love that. I do the 5-minute journal. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an AM portion and a PM portion, and the PM portion is what are 3 amazing things that happened today. And what it is, it kind of forces you throughout the day to be like, what am I going to write in my journal? You know what I mean? So like you really think about all the things that are surrounding you that are positive that you probably would have never noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So neat. Okay. Who else?
I'll go. I am reading Girl Wash Your Face. and I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. I'm actually listening to it, not reading it, but it's really good. I'm also listening to Super Life that talks about like superfoods and foods that are good for you and why they're good for you and things like
Yes. Is that by Darren Aline?
yes.
Yeah. I heard that's really good. Maybe you can teach us some things
Yeah.
from that book.
What's that one called, Erin?
Super Life. It's really good.
Jenny, you should read You Are a Badass Every Day. I read that one after You Are a Badass, and it's nice because it's like Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, because it's just like a page or two long, and it just gives you that like, okay, I'm going to power
okay.
through this day. Yeah, and then I'm reading right now You're a Badass at Making Money. That one's good too. I'm just about done with that one.
Okay.
So,
I'll do that.
yeah.
Betsy, what about you?
Hi. So I've been working, okay, so this might sound silly, but I've been working on like when I get home from work, I just rest. And that's like really hard for me because like I'm in a new house and like there is so much to always do. So I'm working on like when I'm home from work, I just like stop and I sit on the couch and like I just try my hardest not to do anything. So that's been like really, really cool. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress on just like resting. And then I journal too, kind of like what Jenny was saying, just on like reflecting of like all the good things that happen. Like I feel like that's just so awesome for like shifting your mindset. And then I want to try this podcast on different beach podcast. Coach posted about it, the mindset. It sounds really cool, so I wanted to start
I think I've
that
heard
this
of
week
that one too. And I've heard good things about it. So let me know if you listen and like it.
Yeah, I will.
All right. Yay. I just wanted everyone share. Emily, I know is she on or is she just listening? I don't know.
She was on.
Sorry, I'm on.
Okay.
I'm reading a book by Glennon Doyle called Carry On Warrior.
Oh, I love that one.
Obsessed.
Me too.
Hold on.
I love Glennon Doyle.
Me too. I just finished Untamed.
I have it. Hold on. Erin, you could borrow it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
I'll come get it when I have a wine night at your house.
I know. I'm sorry. Gotta work. Work calls. This was actually one of the first personal development books I read before I knew it was personal development. And I read it when my kids were really little and I was struggling a lot with anxiety, and she really pulled me out of it. So good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the 8:30 mark and I want to get things rolling, but I just wanted to talk about mindset first because that is what really drives our business forward. And okay, so we have and I'm recording this, Erin. So that's why.
Perfect.
I'm gonna grab my water. Okay, my assistant is getting me my water. Who wants to say hi?
Hi, Mike.
Hi. Hey, I'm over in our family room, just overhearing everyone and all of your stories and your inspiration. And I can tell you that you're among an awesome team with Erin, with Maggie. You guys are gonna learn so damn much. All of you are working on your personal development, which is so super important. So, yeah, I got to go grab your water, and I need to go. So I just wanted to quickly say hi, but you're in good hands.
Bye, Mike. That's her husband, not her assistant. It's her boyfriend.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. What? Just my water. It should be my water bottle on the kitchen table. I'm like obsessed with these flavored, you know what these are, and I have like 2 a day. So I'm like, all right, can I have another? So Erin spoke to me. She said that you guys need some nuggets on how to attract coaches to your team, right? So first of all, if you want to be successful income-wise, thank you, with this business, you need to build a team. You need to build deep and you need to build wide, meaning you want to find 5 leaders, and then have those leaders find 5 leaders, and it just kind of grows, like how Erin said that you're going to have your own family someday. So that's really what is going to drive your business, is building a team. And you're probably like, well, that's great and all, but how do we do that? So you obviously invite every single day to the boot camps, the challenge groups, to your whatever it is. You're taking a video of me. It's really awkward. Okay, so first thing you want to do ever when you sign someone up as a client and you're already thinking, oh my gosh, she would make a really good coach. First thing first is to get her killer results. You have to make sure that she's equipped and motivated to start. So that would be like my main thing to tell you, is you've got to get the client good results and become a believer. Like how Erin started, she had really good results and she became a believer. Now, something else that you can do, and I do this as well, and I keep it simple. Like, this is what I'm going to tell you today is the secret sauce of what I do. Right when I sign them up as a coach, discount coach, because I do that for everybody, and I do not take note. Well, unless they give me pushback, then I'll sign them up as a client, but all the time it's a coach. So Beachbody will send that person a welcome email, like, hey, welcome to, the Beachbody community, blah, 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 blah. We really want you to, start your business off on the right foot. Here are 3 $10 promo codes for you to use. So Beachbody's like telling your coaches, listen, we want your friends and family to join you on this journey, because it all comes down to accountability. So when that happens, I'll say, hey, listen, FYI, be on the lookout for an email from Beachbody. There's going to be 3 $10 promo codes in there, and those are for you to share. And then I'll talk about, hey, when you bring 1 to 2 friends, whoever, with you, your results are going to go from here to here, because the accountability level, the bar is completely raised. So, and it's true. And I'll say, like, for example, one of my clients in my boot camp, she brought a best friend with, and I kind of give a backstory. And most of the time they're like, oh my gosh, you're right. That's a great idea. So I'll say, like, who do you know? Let's think about who you know, like coworker, who are you with every day? Your sister, a neighbor, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever. So then they're like, well, what do I say? Well, of course you're going to have to help them, with the wording, and just have them. And I have a script that I use too, and I could share everything with you guys. I just will tell them, say, hey, I just signed up for this boot camp, and I can't believe I did it, but I'm really excited about it. I follow this girl on Instagram, or however she found you, and she is allowing me to bring 1 or 2 friends with me. You want to join me to keep me accountable? You're going to love it. We're going to have so much fun. And most of the time they'll say, yeah. So then if they come back and they say, yeah, they want information, then I think you kind of know what to do from there, right? So then they have a couple friends with them. They're in the group. They're kicking ass. They're getting results, okay, because you are checking in with them every single week. You're making sure that they take their before pictures and their stats. That's so important. I make it an option. You do not have to send them to me, but promise me that you have them, because you're going to want them. And of course, they roll their eyes. I'm like, trust me, you're going to want them. And I tell them my story. So after like 2 weeks, they're going to get like a check in the mail for like $50, depending on what their accountability partner signed up for. And they're going to be like, oh my God, I just made $50. And I like to call it like a referral bonus. So most of the time they're gonna be like, oh, this is really neat. I can invite another friend. So it just that is just one way to get a client to end up actually bringing on people and seeing that business and how easy it can be and how you can work it any way that you want. So take pics, check-ins. Okay, so then after your client and their friends are in your group, They're obviously following you on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And that's the time to start talking about the business. Not just for your followers that you don't even know yet, but also for the people that do know you, your clients, your people that like you inspire on the daily. They're watching you on Instagram, like almost like outside your challenge group. They're watching you because they look up to you and admire you because you are helping them get healthy and fit and back to their why as to why they invested in you or their person in the first place. So you want to, well, before you talk about it on social media, I mean, actually you're going to be talking about it no matter what, you want to always ask them about the coaching opportunity. Just invite them and be very breezy about it. Be simple, be like, hey, you already got someone to join us. You earned a commission. You lost 5 pounds. You're the happiest you've ever been, blah, 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 blah. Who else do you know that needs this? I mean, come on. This is a gift. We need to expose everybody to this. And most of the time they'll say, yeah, okay, I want to try that. So you want to keep inviting them to the coaching opportunity. So if they say, yes, I'm interested, say, okay, great. My team is having whatever event is going on that month. You should hop in and join us. Or if it's over with, you could still put them in the What is Coaching open house, tag them and say, just watch these videos, or maybe tag them in certain videos that you think that they would really enjoy and say, check it out. There's a PDF, it's interactive in the announcements post that they could go through. It talks about everything that they need to know about coaching. Put them in there and then follow up with them in 24 hours and say, what'd you do or what'd you think? And then in the meantime, they're going to be following you on social media. So that's where social media comes into play. And I know that some of you may feel it's kind of challenging to talk about the coaching opportunity on social media because it's new to you, where you were in a challenge group for how long? So that isn't new to you anymore. You are a coach. You are helping other people do it too. So if you're a new coach, you're like, gosh, I don't even know what to talk about when it comes to the coaching opportunity. And that's where I will say, make a list. Make a list of all of the benefits of coaching. Before coaching and after coaching. Before coaching, talk about where you were. This is maybe even before your challenge group. After coaching, or not right now, I should say, not after coaching, right now, where are you at? Make a list, because that list right there, that is all your social media content, probably for the whole month, if you think about it. And then talk about it on stories, post about it on your news feed. And what I would do too is do a social media audit. Do you guys know what that is? Go to your Instagram. Everybody open up your own Instagram. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, so a social media audit is when you go to your feed, maybe look at the top, I don't know, the top 10. And I did a screenshot of mine. Can you see this? And go through each of your posts and ask yourself, what was the highlight of this post and what was I inviting to? What was the content? So if you think about it, if it's like challenge group, family, dogs, job, inspiration, wine, challenge group, you know, you're not talking about the coaching opportunity as much as you should. You should be talking about the coaching opportunity as much as you're talking about your challenge groups, because little do you know that, like, if you don't talk about it at all, people don't know that you can earn a supplemental income from coaching. They may think that you're just doing this for fun. They may not know that there is a business side to it. So if you look at mine, like I have coaching, income, okay? And I know that can be scary to talk about, but you have to share your income. You have to. There's no amount too small to share. And if you're not sure about it, share your vision. Do a vision post on what you plan to do with your income. Because people actually, that's what's going to attract your leaders, is the income post. If you made $50 that day, that's what my post was about the gas. In the middle, I mentioned how one of my coaches messaged me and she was so excited. She made $47 on her check. And I was like, oh my God, you can fill your gas tank. You know, and I did it right in front of the gas tank. So, and if you don't feel comfortable, you can share someone on your team or maybe your coach's income and just basically talk about it because it's part of the business. It's the most important part of the business for most people. Because again, people are thinking, well, she just does this as a hobby. I didn't even know this was a business. So I've got coaching, income coaching, coaching, motivation, family with coaching. I think I talked about with Madeline on her phone, how I worked hard to get her that. Being a mom, social life, fitness, coaching, fitness, coaching. So when you guys are looking at your phones right now, what do you notice? Let's have an open combo here.
I'm wondering if I have too many topics. Because
You mean?
Like if I look at my Instagram, like I have one about being a business owner, accountability, like fitness, nutrition. Like I feel like I almost have too many in that and like the coaching doesn't come up in the rotation, if you will, like fast enough.
Well, what is more like, what are you trying to attract coaches and leaders?
Yes. Need more of the actual like coaching stuff.
Did you say yes? You froze. My internet's not the best.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So think about, okay, now let's go back to what I was talking about in the beginning of our conversation is your clients that are watching you.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in your group, they see what you do on a daily basis and they see how much fun you're having. They see that you're getting in shape and then they see that you're earning money and then they see, oh my gosh, she made $150 in 1 week. Wow, she earned her Shakeology back, her investment back. She's covering her products. So they're watching you too. Just something to think about. So if there's a dream team client that you have, do a post and talk right to her.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know her the best. Oh, we lost Kels. So, okay, what else do you guys notice in your audit?
So I've talked about this before, and it's something Maggie taught me is you can really and I'm not good at this either. I'm trying all the time to be talking more about coaching. You can literally add anything into coaching. Sometimes if I don't know what to post about coaching, I'll take a picture. Like I'm looking at my feed right now. I have a picture of our Facebook page, our group page. Like you could take a picture of our, like I have a picture of my coffee mug in front of it. You know what I mean? But you can really turn anything into a coaching post. I've not done anything about an income post yet. But you're right. Some people don't know you make money doing it. And it shouldn't be a weird thing because I work full days doing this for fun. Whether it's fun or not, it's a lot of work. So that's something I need to be better at is I need to talk about income. Yeah. You don't have to put the dollar amount, but you could talk about what this week did or whatever. But I feel like just as of the last 6 months started talking about coaching with stuff. But just how easy it is to talk about our challenge groups because we've all had results mentally or physically. This our team has brought so much joy to, I would like to think, all of our lives since March, just having this like family. You know what I mean? So like even that, it doesn't have to be about money, but just accountability and community too, which is something I like to do, but I'm definitely working on that. I would like to do an income post.
I think
not the amount, but what it could help, what it paid for, or.
Yeah. I mean, Sam did a post when they got back from the Smoky Mountains and her whole beach body, I think 2 of her checks covered that whole trip. she did a post about that. So you can just assume like, okay, so you try to like guesstimate, well, how much is a Smoky Mountain trip? Oh my gosh, so it was probably like a couple grand. So she's probably making, $700-800 a week. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I really feel that's where I attract a lot of my leaders, people that want to build the business because they realize that it is a job and you work for it and you work hard for it. If you do use a dollar amount, just put the Team Beachbody disclaimer at the bottom. You can easily Google it, the income disclaimer. I have it in my notes page because I always put it in the comments when I do my income posts. If you feel funny about it and if you're sitting in front of your computer and you're ready to draft it out, think about how other people described it, like other coaches that you follow, for source inspiration. But yeah, definitely start talking about the income. I wouldn't say like every week, but on Thursdays when we get paid, you can talk about recognition and talk about how a lot of your coaches, made their commissions and you get excited because it's paying for whatever. Okay.
Meg, did you do a post about yours?
About my
Got it paid for, like for the month?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay. Where is that? I want to.
It's a picture of us four, me, you,
Oh,
Nicolette,
yes.
and Kelsey. And I think I've gotten a little bit better with talking about it. Like on Thursdays, it's payday, but it's also when I eat my donuts. So I always say that my paycheck pays for my donuts. I always say that because my cycle is $14. That's my donut. Like, I'm not lying.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
Meg.
You could also say, like, you could do an income post on Friday and say, yesterday was payday. And, once you really start, like, building that, and it doesn't have to be exactly what you made. You can say, for the course of a few weeks now, I've been able to X, Y, Z. Or you can talk about, once this COVID crap's over with, we're booking a trip to Paris, and guess what? I'm paying for it, and that's my vision for my family or whoever you want to go with, and talk about it. Bring your followers with you on your vision, because that is really neat when then they see like you on that trip. They're going to get so excited. And don't forget, your followers love you. They're following you for a reason. They want to see what you're up to. They believe in you. It's the know, love, and trust factor that we always talk about. Right? So I always say do a coach post. Well, for me, I feel like it always switches off. I try to really focus on coaching posts like the last 2 weeks of the month. And then we do a business opportunity event, whatever it is. If it's coaching or using a PDF, or this month I'm thinking we might do a webinar. I'm trying to dabble in different things for our teams, because sometimes a week-long event is kind of long, where we can just get it done in an hour, in a webinar, like something like this. So make sure to do an audit. Do an audit once a month and see where you're at with your social media. Now, every single time that you do, okay, so I want to show you an example of a good example of how you should talk about the business and coaching on your stories. And she's going to kill me, but I stole Erin's from yesterday.
Oh.
Can you guys see it? Okay. So I'm sure you guys saw it, but let's rewatch.
Okay, so I just got off a training run by one of our corporate mentors on basically how I, as a coach, can help my team and my coaches really level up and run a successful business. And that, I'm a teacher, but I'm a terrible student. But what I love about this business is that it's something I'm really passionate about and enjoy. I enjoy learning, and I enjoy growing, not only as a coach, but personally as well, and finding my why in all of this. There's two parts to what I do. So I always talk about my challenge groups, and that's one of my favorite parts about all of this, is helping women build a foundation for their health and wellness journey and how to maintain an active and healthy lifestyle. And then there's a whole other business side of what I do. That's basically helping other women help even more women get healthy and, be alongside them for their health and wellness journey. Coaching business has been such a surprise and unexpected passion of mine, I guess, but also not really, because I'm a health and PE teacher. Like, my jam is teaching kids how they can live and lead a long-term healthy lifestyle after high school. So now the fact that I get to help women do that, it's the shit.
And then look what she ends with. An invite. Click on the link in my bio. So when you do a coach post, every time end with a call to action, just like you do with your challenge group posts. Okay, whether it's link in my bio or I want to mentor 5 women this month. And you may be like, well, I don't know what that means. Who cares? Put it out there, because then they're going to take you serious. I do it every single month. I'm like, I'm locking arms with five passionate women this month. And who wants to join me? Some fill out the application, some need an actual invite in their inbox, and some are still watching me. So you have to fake it till you make it, okay? Because you know what? Once that woman does say, yes, I want to lock arms with you, I want to be that person on your top 5, you have a team to back you up. You have a team that's going to say, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get her on our getting started right call, and then we're going to put her in the training. So you have tools, you have the resources, and you're doing that makes you resourceful. So that is something. Okay, now going back to Erin's story, I liked how she started out with her. She's a teacher. Number 1, she's a teacher. But she also does this on the side because she's passionate about it. Something you could have done, Erin, because I know talking income can get a little, you could have wrote like in text about it. Instead of talking about it, you could have said, and I'm earning enough for blah, 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 or whatever to cover, and my target, like whatever you use your money on. So you could add that to your stories easily and not have to talk about it until you get the confidence. Because if you don't start sharing it and talking about it, people are not going to ask you about it, and then you won't have that posture and, like I said, the confidence to talk about it. Does that make sense?
Meg, can I add one thing? How you say, with that, thank you for the compliments, by the way. Where'd you go? Oh, there you go. Thank you so much about that. But what I have started to do, because Maggie has encouraged me, like, to talk about the business more. Like a couple months ago, she's like, you need to start talking about the business more. You talk all about your challenge group. You need to talk about the business side. Some women just want to do the business side and they would love to do the challenge group, but they want to make money. And this is so fun, and you can do it at your leisure. And I say this to all of you, you don't have to be 100% in or 100% out. Like, you can do it a very happy medium with coaching. But using these times, like right now, like our Zoom calls, or we did a training the other day for Team Cup captains. After these calls or before the calls, I like to hop on real quick and just talk about like what's happening, how I'm feeling about the business. And Holly, we talked about this before. Holly Hilliard talked about in her summit training, no one cares about a Zoom call. So if you just post a boomerang of our Zooms, which I've been guilty of, I did for a year, what is that serving and giving value to anyone? Nothing. So how are you feeling after the Zoom call? What did we talk about? Like, I'm going to talk about today how we talked about personal development books on this call, even, you know what I mean? And so like when we're sharing about, I have found that before and after calls, just popping on real quick to my stories and just doing like 2 slides of just how I'm feeling or how grateful I am for you guys and our team and my mindset, and using these calls and trainings or even the National Wake Up Call podcast as an excuse to talk about the business. And the last thing I just wanted to say before I forget, Maggie, you talked about if you don't want to say the amount, like something else that's a good reminder to me, I just wrote it down, is I can spend so much money at Target And I don't feel half as bad going to Target and buying, $100 worth of something I don't need, because I make that, coaching. And it's not, it doesn't have to be all these fancy things. It could be something you got for your kids or your dogs, or a sweater for yourself. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be all about like money, money, money. Like, this is how much I made, but this is what I got to spend to treat myself with, or a pedicure, you know what I mean? So, and that, talking about Target or your kids or your dogs, is talking to your people. It's talking to your audience too. You know what I mean? So that's an idea.
And like Jenny, for example, this is totally an example. I don't even know if you do this, but you could say, oh my gosh, my 1 week check covered all of my classroom supplies. Like, think about all the teachers that are following you, and they're like, oh my God, because I remember I would break the freaking bank when I was teaching before school year, and I would take forever to recover from that. And, Ashley, you have a newborn. You can talk about diapers and all that stuff that you're like, God, I could use this money on clothes for me, but I gotta get diapers, just something like that. Natalie, you just moved into a new house. Talk about a blank canvas. Like, you could just play as much as you want with what you want to do. And Bessie, you moved into a house too, so you can decorate. So honestly, you just have to be creative and really truly think about what and it could be as little as a donut, okay? A Starbucks could be your treat. Your Starbucks is a treat. Some people can't even afford Starbucks. Don't underestimate that. Don't undervalue that. My first income post, it was one because I was in a push group. Those were huge when I was first started coaching, and we had to do it. We had to do an income post, and I got my check, and I remember it was around $100, my first check, and I was so excited because Ronan and Fields was like in my feed every single day, and I really was so curious about that stupid eye cream that everyone raved about, and I actually still use it to this day. See? And my girlfriend started to do it, and I was like, all right, I think I'm going to treat myself. You got a stay-at-home mom living on one income. I never treated myself. And I did that post. I should pull it up and show it to you guys. That was my first income post. I pretended like I was holding the check in my hand, had Mike take the picture, and it said decisions. And I listed the things that I could use this check on. I was like Madeline's Cheer, wine, and I threw my like brand in there, wine, like Erin could say sushi or whatever, and I put eye cream, and I ended up getting the eye cream, and that's a true story fact. So don't be afraid to talk about money, and be yourself. Be like, oh my God, this is going to be a barfy post, but I have to do it. Be vulnerable. Say like, this is awkward, but I'm just so excited for my team, or I just love that I can use my passion, my hobby, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm earning money, honey. So that's what I have to say about income. And I think that you all need to start sharing it. And what's going to happen, going back to your clients are following you, and I bet you any money you're discounting your clients when you scroll on your stories and you see them watching you. You're like, I already have them signed up as a client. Okay? When you start talking about the opportunity more, then they see you, they know what you're up to. Then that means you can be in their inbox and say, oh my gosh, story today, hilarious, right? Or whatever you talked about. And say, listen, have you ever thought about doing what I do? You're kind of already doing it. You're in the group. You're a discount coach. You already brought someone with you. I could help you. Let me help you earn your investment back. And if they say, no, it's not for me, I gotcha. Don't worry. And they're still going to follow you. And they're going to follow all of the things that you're sharing. Like Erin said, the accountability, the community, the fact that, you are getting in shape and helping others. So your clients are the best coaches. So don't ever discount your clients, and invite to the coaching opportunity as much as you invite to your challenge groups. And if you're like, I don't know what to say, I could share some of scripts that I use. Just use them as a guide, because you don't want to sound all like, hi, how are you today? Did you know that I coach? You don't want to sound like a robot. You want to sound like you. And my scripts sound like me. And most of the time I'm in the car in my minivan leaving voice messages because they want to hear your voice. And again, it's going to be like, oh God, this is awkward. But remember the first post you did and how awkward and uncomfortable you felt? Now you're over that. So imagine doing a voice text. You're going to get over that real fast too. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's real. Because they think they put you up on a pedestal because you are one of many that they follow. Be the one that stands out. All right? Because they're probably following a whole bunch of other Beachbody coaches. What is it about you that makes you special and different from everyone else? You're you. And be you. Be real. I have a challenge for you ladies. So when I first started, I had a Zoom call with my corporate mentor. Her name's Sydney Maurer. She's still in the company, but she's now working with like the higher ups, like the 15-star. And I think she's in the East Coast region. I don't know. Got on a call with her and she did an audit of my Facebook. This is even before Instagram. You guys, I didn't have an Instagram account. I didn't even know if Instagram was a thing. That's how old I am. She went through my Facebook. She's like, She's like, so yeah, you're a mom. You like wine. You did a flex picture and you eat spaghetti squash. That's what she was literally scrolling and she's like, so what do you do?
Was that based on the picture or the caption?
Everything. Because I did not know really how to talk about it. So she challenged me. And I am one that I'm going to be up for the challenge for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I go weekends too. She's like, okay, maybe not the weekends. For 2 weeks, every single day, whether it is on your feed or in your stories, talk about the coaching opportunity. So you should go back, make your list of why you're doing this, the benefits. Like even today, I did one so fast. I talk about Laura McLeod going back to work as a teacher and how she is working in the pockets of her time. She's almost a diamond. And I kind of put in there, it was based on me taking her under my wing, doing our mentorship as a team for her to get there. Boom, 3 slides.
And she I don't know if you guys saw her story today. It was just, they were working out together on Zoom. And it was her and Laura or whatever. And that's how she just kind of brought that in there. So if you have like a mind or a topic for your day, whatever it may be, like if you want to just figure out how to make it about coaching, and you easily can. You just have to change your purpose of your content for the day. And I just wanted to, Maggie had mentioned this before about when we sign people up, how you always want to sign them up as a coach, even if they don't want to coach at that point in time, because one, it's no harm, no foul. They don't have to pay to sign up to be a coach when they sign up with the challenge pack. It's free. The fee is waived. So I've had 2 people absolutely refuse to sign up as a coach, and I didn't, actually 3, one of them being Haley Baker, who's almost a diamond coach. And she came back a year later saying, I want to be a coach. I should have done it in the beginning, because then she had to pay $40 to sign up for a coach. But she wasn't ready.
Time out. That's because she was following you that whole year. So don't ever discount your client. Sorry. Time in.
Yeah. No, you're good. And she watched, and that she ultimately was ready to go then. But I had just started coaching, so I didn't want to push it. She's like, I don't want to sign up for a coach. I'm like, okay, that's fine. When now I never don't sign someone up as a coach. Like Maggie said, don't really, the less, the better. And not because you're hiding anything, because they don't understand what it means and how it can benefit them and help them get their investment back until they're doing it, until they understand what is happening. And the 2 people that I didn't sign up as coaches, they didn't like the idea of putting their social security number in and they're older. And I will say that it's a generation thing. My mom was always taught not to ever, you don't give your social security number to anybody, especially Beachbody, you know what I mean? And that was like a thing. But when you sign people up, unless it is completely making them uncomfortable and you're not gonna be able to help them because of that, which rarely happens, especially now with our new info, our Canva slides, you know what I'm talking about? It explains everything in there. So when you sign them up, it's no surprise. And I've learned from that, you know, from the process of signing people up. I used to do it a certain way, but I've grown through what I've went through. So now I explain things differently. And we all have the slides for the Canva, right? You guys all have them? Yes? No? Well, okay. And it explains right in there. So when you are signing someone up, worst freaking case, they can cancel it like a couple months down the road. Even if they don't want to coach, if they just want the discount on the products, it is saving them a shit ton of money on shipping, and they get 25% off everything. So, and if anyone is like, I don't know what to say, like, we're here. We have wording and verbiage. I was the same way. And so, you know, unless, like I said, like Maggie said, you're trying to help them. In worst case, they can cancel it. No harm, no foul, just the way they signed up. So you're almost doing, when I started, I didn't sign up everyone as a coach because it was new to me and I was learning. But it's, you know, if you're giving them an opportunity. Otherwise, they have to pay to sign up for a coach if they change their mind later on down the road. I also wanted to say that Maggie, I signed up as a coach and I was so uncomfortable because I'm very frugal. I don't like to spend money on things I'm unsure about. And when Maggie signed me up as a coach, and I was very uncomfortable, but I was like, I trust this lady. Why? I don't know. I don't even know her. But I'm gonna do this if I want to cancel, I can. It was on my list of things to do for months. Cancel shakes. But I kept forgetting. And I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to cancel those shakes again. But Maggie, I am one of her top coaches based on her just inviting me to coach. Like, she didn't know me. We didn't know each other. It wasn't like do you get what I'm saying? She literally just invited me to the coaching opportunity after I joined her challenge group, and I kind of ran with it. I got that first check of $47.50 because I forgot to do the EFT. So I got a physical check in the mail, and they take off like the $250 if you do that. And I was like, this is fun. And then I did it again, and I did it again and again and again and again. You know what I mean? So you never know what just helping someone get their investment back can encourage them to do with this business, and how it truly can help them financially. So Maggie, there was no it was she just did the things with me and it worked. So it doesn't have to be some like close friend of yours. Like, everyone on this call is probably what's the word? I would least expect you to be a coach on my team right now, because we're connected solely through coaching. You know what I mean? So and Maggie says this all the time, you never know whose life you can change with the challenge group and whose life you can change with the business for them. Not financially just, but emotionally and mentally, socially as well.
Absolutely.
So you never know. You never freaking know.
Yeah.
So.
And you're completely right. I wish we could go back to the messages and how I invited you. I'm just so curious how that all happened. All I know is I'm like, I want her on my team.
You literally told me to ask 10 friends if they'd like to join me.
That's right.
And I fucking did it.
And I gave you the wording. See?
And I did it.
Okay.
I'd never posted on social media. They had no clue what I was talking about. One of them joined me, and she's still with me. Maybe two, and they're both still with me. But the other one's probably 8 out of 10 are with me now.
Yeah.
But
so it obviously it works. There was something else I was going to say, Erin, about, when people give you pushback about the discount, I always say, well, are you doing MBF with us? Yeah. Well, it's 6 weeks, right? Yeah. So why wouldn't you want to save money on your next month? Because you're signing up to XYZ, whatever their goal is. I can help you do that, but I'm just trying to save you money. Like, just be very breezy about it. I put a whole bunch of like scripts, that I use every now and then. The first 2 are just very similar. I leave a compliment in there. And then the second one is how my coach mentorship is opening up next week. I don't know if it's opening up, but it sounds really good. It sounds official. It sounds like a business. So yes, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm really curious. Talk about your coach mentorship. And they're probably gonna be like, what is that? They want to know, they're curious. And then this last one is a second or third follow-up. Like, don't stop inviting, even if they say, no, it's not for me, because they're going to still follow you. Keep inviting. When someone gives me pushback about the discount, I'll tell you what I say. Hold on. I gotta find it. I have a whole thing in my notes section. I really need to go through it because Erin would have anxiety looking at it.
Probably.
Yeah.
And like I said, guys, like inviting to the coach effort, this is something I need to do more of. I've been freaking blessed with you amazing people that you're like, I want to do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's happened very organically and I've been so blessed, but I need to do it more. I totally need to do it more. We all need to do it. Raise your hand if you've ever invited someone to the coaching opportunity. I have.
I mean, kind of, maybe like 1 or 2.
I mean, it's scary, just like it is inviting to what's the worst they're gonna do? Say no? I mean, it's not.
And you need to, this is where the whole personal development comes in. You do need to get over yourself. You need to own this. You want to be like, how do you not want to be on this team? How do you not want me to be your mentor? You need to flip that switch in your head and take it seriously. Okay, so I put in here what I send to people saying, this is your link. It says coach, don't let that freak you out. And if they come back and say, but I don't want it or whatever, then I say, after your first month discount membership is $16 a month, but you'll save way more than on your supplements. And you could also cancel anytime, risk-free, blah, blah, blah. We can get you going right now and we can discuss it within the first 30 days. If you decide you don't want the discount, I'll help you cancel. So you're not charged, but you're going to love the supplements. And then I attach that. I know you guys seen it, the Shakeology customer versus the VIP or whatever. Attach it. And most of the time they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever had someone that said no. Because that
I was like, no. And then you sent me that and you're like, we'll talk about it later. I'm like, okay, But
I know, but it worked.
Yeah, I know. In our Canva presentation that we send with the 7 slides explaining our group, that's in there. And no one, since I've been sending out the Canva link with info instead of an email, has questioned nothing. It's right there. It's not a secret. We're literally telling them everything. And that's what I love about that. There are no secrets. And Maggie, I remember, said to me when I signed up, I'll never forget this. She said to me, you're not, I asked her, you told me, you're not locked into anything. You guys all have dealt with customer service at one point or another. If someone doesn't want something or they're unhappy, they give them their shit back. This business is not like money, they're brilliant. Kelsey, my sister, and I are always like, why didn't we come up with this? But if someone doesn't like something, they send it back. They full money back guarantee with 30 days, so worst case, they can get everything. I've had one person do that, send everything back. She's just like, I was just so not ready. So it happens.
It happens. I mean, Every business owner has a customer that's going to make a return. Real quick, I want to share my screen with you guys too. I don't know if you saw this in the team page, but I shared this too. It's about posting ideas. For those of you who are like, oh, I don't know what to post about, here are just some topics that you can talk about.
Is anyone not on? Okay, Mag, can you explain just what I'm logging into Facebook real quick. What your team Maggie's team is Team Self-Made, and our team is the Dream Team. So we have our Dream Team Facebook page and our group chat, and then Maggie's team is Team Self-Made. So I'm going to put the link to Team Self-Made Facebook page in the chat. So if you're not a part of that, you can be. There's so much recognition, even from our team and trickling down on Thursdays, and so much good information on that page. And I share a lot of it with you guys. But if you want to be a part of that page just to check it out and see what Maggie is doing, I'll put that link in there. And then on Tuesday nights, I just want to clarify because I'm sure some people are confused. Tuesday nights are Maggie's team calls.
Which is everybody. It's you too.
Yeah. So if you guys can make Tuesday night team calls, she has awesome guest speakers on there, and that'd be awesome. So
yeah, definitely start sharing those posts that I make about the team calls, like copy paste. And then do you share the calendar too?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Well, ladies, okay, so I'm going to end this note because Mike's outside waiting for me. You guys, I'm such a grandma. I go to bed at actually, it's a little past my bedtime right now. I go to bed at 9 because I'm up at 5 a.m. I do my personal development right away in the morning. And so Mike got a new job. And he starts on August 17th, and he literally is on unemployment vacation right now. He is like, I don't have to interview. I don't have to live in LinkedIn. I don't have to be networking. He's like, so guess what? I'm going balls to the wall. So he has been up till midnight almost every night, and he's like using our kids as pawns. Like, let's go outside and go by the fire. Like, and they're like, yay, okay. And Madeline was up to 11:30 last night. I'm like, we need to reel it in. Like, when is August 17th? Like, you need to go back to work. So he's outside. I told him I'd join him. But before we get off this call, do you have any questions for me? Please ask. Please don't ever think that your question is dumb. Please. No one?
I have one.
Okay, good.
I think that sometimes I get stuck in all the things I want to share. Like right now, I want to share about the fact that I have Team Cut promos and that we're starting a mindness free group next week, and that I'm loving the coaching stuff, and that I've moved into my new house, and coaching's helped me kind of get there. And like, how do you balance all of that stuff, like in your stories particularly?
Well, I would first of all do one post and say, oh my gosh, my world is crazy. I've got, I just moved into a house and I'm planning this free group for my blah, blah, blah. And I love that I own my own business because I get to decorate my house and move things on my own time. Boom.
And I have promos.
And I have promos. I got dollars off.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
You can write it all down in one post and maybe even pick a couple that you want to talk about in your stories, but then use the other ones in text.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So
I actually have a question.
Yes.
How often are you guys, I don't know, what would you recommend, posting actually in your feed? Like, how often in your feed and not just on your stories?
Every day. Every day. And
sometimes Maggie does multiple days.
Can I tell you, you guys, when I first started coaching, they recommended 7 times a day. This was before, this was before stories. So pretty much I was posting my stories. But it worked. It worked. Damn. So now I do 1 a day, and I try to follow a specific routine, and granted, I'm not always good at it, but I don't care. Monday is always like I have my Energize in my hand. My hair's always messy. It's Monday morning. People are like driving to work unhappy. They're like, oh, she's working out again. Oh, I should join her one of these days. You know, Tuesday is usually Transformation Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday, or I did the free group invite today. Tomorrow, I have no idea. I don't know. I'll figure that out tomorrow. But usually I'm really on top of it. Lately, I haven't been. I think it's just because our team is on fire right now, and it's just rocking my world in a good way that I'm like, sometimes I'll just done, post, you know, and I just don't care. But yeah, I just try to follow, and I try to do video of me working out because people are always looking for free workouts. I was one of them. I would literally, I take Angela Maloney's, this is before she knew this, I'd stalk her and she would record her workouts and her feed, and I would steal them and take them to the gym and do them. So people are always looking for, and she was pretty much the big reason why I joined, because I looked up to her. I still do, and I admire her so much. And yeah, I would do that. I'm like, I want her body. What do I need to get? So she does bicep curls. So I'm just going to do this. And then she did this thing with the half moon curtsy lunge. I'm like, all right, is this what's going to give me biceps? Like, and that's what got me to join her, because then she started talking about Beachbody and coaching. So, and talk to you, the old you too.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Emily, to answer your question, I post every single day. Throw out an inspirational quote. Make sure to quote it, like who it was. Whatever inspires you that day. Some days you may not have any inspiration, but when that happens, I type out some future posts that I could do. All right, so before I get off,
and
go ahead.
Emily is the in our Getting Started Right call last week. She was the post I shared. Emily, you're in my presentation.
Oh, yes, that was so good.
Yeah.
That's right, we talked on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I messaged her and I was like, oh my God, your post. That was great. And then Erin was on our call too last week. Are you guys going to be on tomorrow night? We're doing coach mentorship call number 2. It's something new. I'm running it. It'll be quick and easy. We'll just talk more about what to do next. So
where do I find these kinds of things? On the page, the Facebook page?
I would go into my page, like go into our team page. Because
Emily, you're on Dream Team, right, Emily?
I don't think so.
Uh-oh. That would be the problem.
What is coaching Team Self? I just joined the Team Self-Made.
Emily, what's your, oh, there we are. Okay. So yeah, our team page is Dream Team Nation, and I just added you to it. And then Team Self-Made is Maggie's group, Maggie's team, but we are a part of her team. So I just took my family and took us to our nest, but we still go back to Mama Bird.
Okay, sounds good. Yay, I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. I just got a message from a girl that's been following me forever. And I don't know if you guys follow my story, but I did from day 2 to day 23 of how sore I was. And she goes, okay, fine. I FOMO, LOL, I'm in. Send me the deets.
There you go. Team calls are the best of luck. It always happens on a team call.
So, okay. I want to know who's going to be posting and sharing for the next 2 weeks. You guys, that's what got me out of my comfort zone. Every morning. And then one post I did with getting Madeline off the bus. And I talked about how I felt really fortunate that I had the opportunity to do that. But I didn't like sound braggy. I pretty much said like, I had to give up my income to do this. However, I'm really working hard to replace it in order for me to be home with my kids. Okay. So you got to get creative. If you're not sure, send it to me, send it to Erin. We'll check it over. But yeah, I think you guys, you should start tonight. Start tonight when you get off this call.
Yeah, I mean, Maggie posts every day. And like, I'm going to give a shout out to Erin right now, that Erin, after our Getting Started Right call, did her bio. It was like an Ashley thing. Did her bio, did her highlights, did her shit. Like, she got to work. She's posted the last 3 days. Like, she's on her stories. And she is like, oh God, I'm having some difficulties over here. Like, it was just amazing. So, like,
good for you.
Yeah, it was awesome.
She talked on her stories.
Yeah.
It took me forever to do that, you guys. Like, I'm just like, every time, like, I'm just, all right, I'm sorry.
Well, that's because you inspired her, okay, to do it how Erin inspires me to do things a lot. This girl, like, I know I tell you that and you're probably like, yeah, but you do. You inspire me a lot, just like how Erin is going to inspire you, Meg, and vice versa.
You guys all inspire me. Did we lose someone just a second ago?
Betsy had to go.
Betsy had to go.
Oh, so sad. I mean, you can't just post once and then be done. You have to show up every day. It doesn't have to be all over the place every day. But like I said, we talked about, like, when Target closed. Oh, I think I started on this Getting Started Right call. When Target closes, if I go to Target every day, and even if I'm just using the Starbucks in Target and they're closed, I'm going to go to Kohl's. And then I'm going to fall in love with Kohl's. People are going to stop. If you don't show up, they're going to find someone else to inspire them. You have to show up every day. Meg and I post every other day. That's just what we found works for us. I get more inspired and more hyped and more excited to do that every other day. I did do every day at one point, but it wasn't working for me mentally. It was too much. So you have to figure out what works for you, but you have to show up every day. And you know, Maggie said that she's like, I'm going to give tough low on your call. If you're not reaching out and you're not talking, you're not posting, no one's going to know that you do this. And this was such a good reminder for all of us. And it was just awesome. So I am inspired AF right now. And I hope you guys are as much as I am. So Maggie, thank you so much. Does anyone else have any other questions or anything?
Anytime. I just want to, I want to snuggle up with Natalie on her couch. Like, look how cozy she looks. I wore a dress all day today. I'm so excited. I wore a dress and a regular bra, and Mike was like, it's Wednesday.
You're crazy.
I know, right?
Can we do a boomerang real quick?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yes.
And then I need to, no one get off when we're done. Mag, can you make me the host before you go?
Yes.
Because I need to share my screen real quick. Okay, ready?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Are you yawning?
I am. Okay.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, you're the best, Meg. Thank you so much.
Okay, hold on. Let me figure this out now. So where do I go? Oh, participants. All right, girlfriend, you're the host.
All right, thank you so much.
And
hi, Maggie. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You are going to have to download the recording. You're welcome.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, you'll figure it out. Right.